Everyone hear me? Cool. All right, before I begin, I would like to clarify that this speech was written by Nina, who was unable to join us this evening, so I am merely giving this speech in hopes of doing justice to her beautiful words. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. My name is Christian Chase, and along with my wonderful partners, Holly and Ashton, I will be arguing that Jacob and Bella are a better suited match than Edward and Bella in the movie series Twilight. I will be rebutting the affirmations points and reaffirming the phenomenal points my teammates have made thus far. To remind you of our points, we are arguing that Bella and Edward have different backgrounds that make them incompatible, that their relationship was not built to last, and the power dynamic between the two is simply unhealthy. Jacob and Bella have shared values and backgrounds, and their relationship is more equal, healthy, and fair. Moving first into the affirmations first point, the similarities between Edward and Bella make them compatible, and Jacob would push her out of her comfort zone. The affirmation states that Jacob is more extroverted than Edward, which would cause this eventual rift. But we don't really have concrete evidence from the affirmation nor the series to support this. Throughout this series, we don't ever see Jacob interacting with people outside of his tribe and family, though he might be more bubbly in personality than Edward's cool demeanor. That doesn't mean their values are misaligned. To reaffirm, Jacob and Bella come from similar backgrounds, which lends itself to compatibility, and that is seen throughout the series of them both valuing family. Additionally, just because Bella and Edward are more introverted does not mean they are more suited towards each other. Bella's isolation and introversion proves to be unhealthy by those around her. Both Edward and the people around her push her to seek beyond her isolation. This push for Bella to be less introverted shows that this habit is not necessarily healthy and should not be idealized in Bella and Edward's relationship. We can see this through Edward making Bella go to prom despite her numerous protests when asked to go. The implications of this action is that Edward recognizes that Bella's solitude is unhealthy. If Edward can recognize that she needs to be more social, the affirmation believes that his competition would push her to do so, then by that logic, Edward believes Jacob would be a healthier companion for her. In contrast, Edward has time and time again pushed Bella further into isolation because of their misaligned values. After breaking up with her becoming more introverted, he wants her to be married even after she states she doesn't necessarily want that, and wants to make changes in her life that would abandon her family and those that she cares about to be with him. It essentially forces Bella into abandoning her family values to be absorbed into his family. Bella largely complies because, as we have affirmed prior, there's an unbalanced power dynamic between the two of them. Ultimately, the affirmation does not provide this evidence that Jacob is more extroverted than Edward, and Edward is just as likely to push Bella into situations that make her as uncomfortable as Jacob. The affirmation also claims that Edward and Bella have stronger feelings for one another, and their evidence focus on the trials that they went through to stay together. A lot of the trials that they go through and stay together are caused purely out of the two of them being together. When the trio of vampires come after Bella, it is because she is seen as Edward's vulnerability point to attack. Edward puts Bella into a point of familial contention afterwards, since he tells Bella to abandon her dad and hurt him the way her mom hurt him. Additionally, Edward breaks up with her in the attempts to protect her, while leaving her to pass out in the middle of the forest and isolate herself for several months, and eventually uproot her life to save him. They are essentially creating their own trials and trauma and feeling more connected because of the things that they induce upon themselves. This does not mean they are happier, and it is certainly not healthy because of it, as it causes the both of them major distress. Bella does actively seek out Jacob various times throughout the series, unlike what the affirmation has stated. When Edward and Bella break up, Bella seeks out Jacob to reignite her hobbies and have a sense of companionship. The attraction between the two is more than just physical. Frequently, Jacob steps in to protect Bella from the harm that's caused because of her relationship with Edward. These threats would cease to exist if they were not together, providing for a much more stable and safe relationship with Jacob. The affirmation's last claim is essentially that Edward is not like other girls. Just because Edward is quirky does not mean that their relationship has depth to it, as the affirmation would state. His quirks are just that, a part of his personality, not shared traits between him and Bella. Meanwhile, Jacob and Bella actively participate in their activities together, and he indulges in the things she is interested in. Jacob wants to see Bella live for herself and cultivate her own life, rather than being absorbed into this infatuation the two of them have created. Jacob's motives are for her to find her own path and be there for her along the way. This is seen even when he knows he cannot have her, like when he almost dies to keep her safe in Eclipse. Jacob is willing to risk as much as Edward in order to keep Bella safe. The only difference is that Jacob actually cleans up the messes that Edward makes. Unequivocally, Jacob and Bella are much more suited for each other. They come from similar backgrounds with shared values. There is depth between the two's relationship, and they have a more equal partnership. Jacob wants Bella to cultivate her own life outside of another person. He wants to push her to really analyze why she is choosing the life she has chosen, and he is willing to stand by her and protect her regardless of the outcome of their relationship. Jacob and Bella's relationship has a stronger foundation with room to grow together, while Bella and Edward's relationship is built on a strange infatuation, a compulsive desire to have her as his own, and a looming promise of eternity that might not even ring true once the veil is up. For these reasons, vote for the negation tonight. Thank you.